All right, today we are diving into the really strange case of a brand new university in Pakistan. It's this massive institution. We're talking tens of thousands of students. But if you look it up online, you find a very, very unusual warning label.
So let's just start with a puzzle. Imagine this. A real university with 40,000 students walking its halls is somehow in danger of being basically erased from the world's biggest encyclopedia. Why? Because it might not be considered notable enough. How is that even possible?
Okay, so let me introduce you to the star of our show, the University of Mirpurkhas. This is a new public research university, and you can find it in the city of Mirpurkhas over in the Sindh province of Pakistan.
And when I say new, I mean brand new. We're not talking about some dusty old institution. This place was officially established on August 20th, 2023. That's when the bill to create it was passed by the Provincial Assembly of Sindh. Super recent.
Now get this, the university already has 40,000 students. And to be clear, that number is just for full-time students. That's a huge student body for any university, let alone one that's literally just getting off the ground.
And it's got the campus to match that ambition. We're talking nearly 1,300 acres. To give you some perspective, that's almost 2 square miles. This is a serious physical footprint. We're talking about a major piece of land.
So let's just recap what we know so far. We've got a huge, government-approved new university, and it's absolutely packed with students. Everything seems pretty normal and straightforward, doesn't it? Okay, so what's it like to be a student there? What can you actually study? Well, if you take a quick look at their programs, it just reinforces this image of a totally standard, comprehensive university. You've got different faculties, right? Commerce, business, science, arts, the whole shebang. And you can get a Bachelor of Science in everything from computer science and IT to English or even applied linguistics. It's got all the pieces you'd expect to see. So to put it all together, it's a huge, totally legitimate university offering all sorts of degrees. It exists. People are going there right now. You'd think the story would pretty much end there. But nope, this is where things get weird. If you pull up the Wikipedia page for the University of Mirpurkhas, this is the very first thing you'll see. It's a banner, a warning label, right at the top, and it says, "The topic of this article may not meet Wikipedia's notability guidelines for companies and organizations."
Yeah, exactly. Your first thought is, hold on, what? A university with 40,000 students might not be notable? It's a great question, and it really gets to the heart of how our online world decides what's important and what's not.
Now, that banner isn't saying the university is fake or a scam, nothing like that. It's actually part of Wikipedia's own quality control system. It's basically an editor raising a flag and saying, hey, we need to talk about a very specific concept here, notability.
And this is the absolute key to the whole thing. See, on Wikipedia, notability doesn't just mean famous or important in the real world. It has a very precise definition. A topic needs to have significant coverage in reliable secondary sources that are independent of the subject. In other words, just existing isn't enough. You have to be written about by other people.
And the responsibility to prove it falls on the article. To get rid of that warning banner, someone needs to find and add citations from reliable sources. We're talking newspapers, books, academic articles. And those sources have to be independent, not just press releases from the university itself. Plus, the coverage has to be real, significant. It can't just be a quick passing mention.
So why is this such a big deal? What's at stake here? Well, if that notability can't be proven, the entire article about the university is in jeopardy. And the warning banner is very upfront about what could happen next. There are basically 3 possible outcomes. First, the article could be merged. So all the info just gets folded into a bigger article, like education in the Mirpurkhas region. Second, it could be redirected, meaning if you search for the university, you just get sent to another page. And third, the worst-case scenario, it gets deleted, wiped from the encyclopedia entirely.
And that right there is the fascinating part of all this. The debate has nothing to do with whether the university is a real place. Of course it is. The question is about the gap between its existence in the real world and its paper trail, its documented presence for an encyclopedia.
I mean, just look at this contrast. On one side, you have this massive, tangible thing, a huge campus, thousands of students, an active government. And on the other side, you have this fragile little digital footprint, an online article that's literally under review and could vanish because not enough independent sources have talked about it yet.
It all leaves us with this really compelling question to think about. In our world today, when does a real thing become real enough to be permanently recorded in something like the world's encyclopedia? And maybe even more important, who gets to be the judge?